What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Wrath2501 here. Okay, guys, so we got an extra video for you. So this is recommended by Walker. Okay, so if it sucks, it's his fault.
Damn.
Okay.
We got Walker here. We also got Hatless and Carter. So okay, this is can you beat Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops without dying? I don't know. I don't play the game, so I don't know what you want from me. Who's this by again, Walker?
Zero. His name is just Zero.
Okay.
Not you, Zero.
Not our Zero.
Not our Zero. It's a different Zero.
Yeah, there's a lot of zeros out there. Ones that,
Yeah.
you know, we got all these zeros. How come there are no ones? You know, no ones and zeros.
Why is there no
Who
negatives?
knows?
Negatives. Anyway, okay, let's see what we got. Walker picked a long one, so let's see what we got here. All right, and go.
In today's speedrun of how quickly I can get myself sectioned, I decided enough was enough. It was time to prove to you all that my
Zero.
skills didn't just lie in honouring the Raccoon City DNRs or flattening old babushkas who were out sweeping the streets. No.
Oh!
It's time to put my skills through a real
test.
And what better way to do that than by tackling one of the greatest Call of Duties to ever exist? Ew. Ew. No.
Ew.
Oh.
Ew.
Ew.
There we go.
It's like you just want that meme. Get out!
No, I got... Dude, literally just some minutes ago, I got you.
What?
We were playing Modern Warfare 2. No, not that one.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, there you go.
Literally
That's
not
it.
that minutes ago.
Thank you, Hatless. I can always count on you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm here till Thursday. Sign the deal.
The OG game.
Actually, he says try the veal, but you know, whatever.
Oh, try the veal. Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, he goes, I'm here till Thursday. Try
Shows
the
how long
veal.
it's been. It shows how long it's been since I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be a good time to actually.
Well, I hope they don't come. I hope they improve on that Shrunk and Dinky movie they were planning on making. So.
What?
Yeah.
I think they restarted production.
Better have, dude. I mean, that needs the ugly fucking Sonic treatment like now, dude.
So a lot of people like to claim that someone predicted the script, and they
Really?
sort of just said, "Okay, well, this isn't gonna work. Redo it." It's not confirmed, but it would make sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Given
kinda.
how they're in Hollywood, it would make sense.
Unless they try to make movies like Disney's been making, where they do what they call scrapbooking, where they film several scenes like in a vacuum, and then they just they do like several different versions of them, and they just kind of put them together as they see fit, whatever they think would go together, which always turns out looking like shit. So you know.
We'll cross the bridge when we find out how to put it together.
They literally put together a Frankenstein movie, okay?
Yeah.
You got the Frankenstein's
Disney.
You got freaking Frankenstein's monsters coming up now. He's like, why do I have a woman's arm?
I'm just imagining like actual film reel, just like and the producer and the directors. I'm not going over there. That looks terrifying.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's not a woman's arm. There's nail polish shit on it. No, it's a modern setting. There's a wedding ring. What the fuck did you do?
This isn't a wedding movie.
I would just like a Frankenstein. I would love a Frankenstein movie where Frankenstein is like horrified. Well, the monster Adam is horrified what Frankenstein did. You know how he got all these body parts. He goes, dude, where did you get these parts? What the hell? Why do I have a woman's arm? There's a wedding ring on here. My God, dude, you literally grave robbed somebody. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Can you imagine, like, Adam's just, like, mad at him? He's like, what the hell is wrong with you? You dug up body parts, you put me together? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my God.
Calm down.
That
We're
would
still
be hilarious.
You're still fully
functional. I put 3 baboon uteruses in my assistant. You hear him complaining?
You've removed his tongue! I have it! He goes like, wait a second, how old is this dick?
How old is he?
What
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
You moved his tongue. I have it.
It's like,
what explain the lack of communication?
he goes, wait, how old is Dick? Well, I'm pretty sure it's of legal age. You what?
Huh?
What?
Why do you, never mind, I don't want to know.
It's like,
Every time you do this, every time we do
Yeah.
we cannot have conversations. Well, at least this
this,
time,
literally
Rock.
can't get 30 seconds in without
No.
derailing him.
No, we're at 31 seconds. So yay, we beat the record. Okay, we
Oh,
did
we
it.
get 31.
Yeah, they were
31. Yay!
Yeah,
Well, at least
we
this
did
time,
it.
at least this time, Rocker's not having a total crash out.
Yeah, unlike the last video.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going before this gets worse. This rabbit hole gets any deeper.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna if we go any deeper, we're gonna hit the underworld of Wonderland at this rate. So
Was a force to be reckoned with, and its holy trifecta of content raised a whole generation of boys to become extremely distrusting of anyone with the last name Shepard. But it was
Yeah.
the more underappreciated
among
Spec
other
Ops that
things.
was in our intervention crosshairs today. Now, Spec Ops was a side game mode consisting of 23 varied missions, ranging from Mario Kart time trials in the snow, World War
Nice.
III simulators,
oh,
and whatever.
Oh
this
shit!
is.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now.
Completing each
What the-
mission would award
What?
Why
up
do
to
you have
3
to stop?
golden stars. But whereas most of us would usually take a leisurely, wholly normal pace through these 23 side quests, in today's challenge, like a SEAL Team 6 version of Super Mario, we'd be collecting all 69 of these stars solo to achieve
Nice.
Spec Ops mastery without ever dying. And what better place to start than
Dear
our first
God.
mission where death was physically impossible. In search of our first 3 stars, the pit was a shooting range / war crime simulator where you'd need to hit all 24 targets and cross the finish line in under 35 seconds, and preferably without murdering any innocent children on the way through. With failure really only possible here if you commit civilian genocide or were so slow Black Ops 6 came out, it would be seriously impressive to not make it through here with our first 3 stars, and with an opening time of 23.7 seconds, we were up on the Spec Ops board.
Do you remember Black
The
Ops
next mission
6?
in the Alpha Ops
no,
No.
Neither does Activision. Black
I've
Ops
ne-
7, baby, let's go.
damn, I've never played any
Damn.
of the Black Ops games, dude.
bracket was Sniper 5,
Oh, that was-
where we need to take up the role of a
Not
Best
even
Buy
the year.
employee on Black Friday and defend ourselves in the store against 5 waves of increasingly aggressive customers. With the Barrett being the Modern Warfare 2 equivalent of a railgun, the first wave was easily defeated, and at the start of round 2, Captain Handsoap kindly drops off a laptop with some Predator missiles, which makes the remaining 4 waves laughably easy. 97 more enemies later and some carefully planted ordnance meant that we could collect our next 3 stars and move on to Oh Christmas Dementor,
O Cristo Redentor.
where if we wanted to collect our 9th golden star this
Dementor,
attempt, we'd need to murder
what?
about 50 enemies and dogs in this Cambodian death camp, whilst also ensuring that we murdered...
Oh, you gotta kill the dogs too? That
which
sucks.
may just be the hardest part of this mission.
Yeah.
Attack dogs trying
With an
to kill
apparently
you.
unquenchable thirst for the blood of AI civilians, we continued our murderous rampage through the favela, adding digital animal cruelty to our list of crimes for today. And 4
Damn.
minutes 52 seconds later, our 7th, 8th, and 9th star were aggressively applied into our pockets. Evasion, Alpha Bracket's 4th mission, replicates one of the chapters in the campaign's 3rd act, Contingency, where we have to make our way through the Alps in search of some après ski in the most violent way possible. By hiding in this Cape bush on the right as soon as we spawn in, we can avoid the first patrol that's immediately approaching us from the north. By doing so, the next patrol we have to worry about is all the way up at the top of this hill. With 4 well-placed shots in this order, we lay them to rest permanently in the snow, allowing us to push up to this tree, and despite the pretty stacked patrol heading towards us,
Damn. Oh, damn.
come up before the end of the level is all that was
Wow.
required for us to sneak
He's a
our way
sniper,
into
bro.
our 12th star. And
Yep.
Does this remind you of that story about that one guy who led I think it was the Russians on a trip through the mountains? He was high on Pervidin, which is acid. Not acid, it's meth.
Meth.
Yeah, he OD'd on
No.
meth and he lit. It was the fat electrician talked about it. He was like a Polish soldier, and they distributed Pervidin, which was a new drug at the time, but it's basically crystal meth. But they didn't know that at the time. But he had they're supposed to take like 1 or 2 pills, but in the cold and the moisture, all of his pills had melded into this one large bar of it, and he downed the whole thing. You know, and he led like the Russians or somebody on a basically a whirlwind tour through the mountains for like a week, in which he didn't eat or anything. I mean, he was completely emaciated when they finally found him. He was alive. I couldn't believe he lived through that. But he was hallucinating. He was tripping balls because he thought he killed a Russian soldier, and he thought he'd stabbed him, but he killed it was actually a log that he killed with his compass or something like that. So yeah, it's a big old thing.
What the hell?
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh my
We're
god.
almost tasting colors.
Yeah.
Bro was tasting sound, dude.
Grab one of his grab one of his comrades. I can smell the electricity in your brain.
Dude. He agreed to do that to distract the enemy soldiers from his squad, so he took off and led them away. So because his squad had like some injured guys, but man, he went for like 3 or 4 days. He didn't sleep because he was high as balls and he was hallucinating and shit. But they couldn't catch him. They couldn't catch him because the guy was a freaking machine. All right, like they literally couldn't keep up with him. But his body was burning through itself. I mean, they found him. He was really emaciated. His body was literally burning itself for energy. And oh my god, he lived. But holy crap, dude! I mean, he went full Master Chief just from drugs. And thus began various super soldier programs with drugs. And that's how we got that's how we got Captain America.
That's how Captain America was born.
Yeah. Oh god, if drugs were this powerful, oh my god.
They literally are, dude. But that's the thing. I've always thought it was funny because Captain America has always been a character that they've always used in anti-drug ads. Dude, your powers literally come from drugs.
Yep. Kind of hypocritical, if you ask me.
Yep.
The fucking Avengers PSA, dude. If anyone offers you drugs, remember these words. Say no. Say no. Say no. Ask them, they'll give you superpowers. Whoa, cut.
Dude, that's brutal. All right, let's keep going.
Classics.
It might have been solid JJ, actually.
Probably.
What was to be a very rare perfect run through this mission. But for now, it was on to the final mission to close out Alpha Ops. For suspension, we'd need to make our way through one end of this bridge, all the way to the checkpoint at the end, removing a platoon of Russian invaders and an attack helicopter in the process.
Still easier than zombies and a fucking tank that shows up.
I was about.
Yep.
I'm getting Vietnam flashbacks.
Yeah.
Tank shit.
Vietnam flashback for being granted the privilege of playing tank for 3 seconds until I realized it didn't even warn me. It was just like, boom, you're tanking now, and I just fucking walked off. And like, okay, that's fine.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't want to play the game anyways.
Well, it's that's better than all of a sudden you're playing and a tank suddenly appears and it throws a fucking car at you. I think most people would rather deal with the attack helicopter than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's find an enemy that can throw cars on an environment filled to the teeth with cars.
With cars! Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
This game actually released the same year Left 4 Dead 2 did.
In what?
Oh, wow.
This game released the same year Left 4 Dead 2 did.
Oh my god.
So it's not a coincidence.
And they had the same level.
All the enemies in the first area propelled down from either side of the bridge, meaning we could take out a portion of them as they grappled down before the remaining soldiers lined up perfectly on our side of the bridge, giving us
literally spawn camping.
Damn.
In Area 2, so long as we didn't set foot on the bridge itself, we don't spawn in the additional 2 helicopters of reinforcements that would otherwise usually arrive, meaning we could sit back here and whittle down the remaining enemies on the bridge, noob tube the attack helicopter, and take the free run through to the end of the mission. Signing off the completion of our first bracket of challenges and arriving in Bravo bracket, ready
so
for
he's cheesing it.
Taste of masochism.
Yep.
And coincidentally,
whatever it takes to not die.
Any seasoned Modern Warfare 2 veteran will know there are 2 Bravo bracket missions that require a second player. For both Overwatch and Big Brother, you require a colleague to man the AC-130 or the chopper gunner, where from the seats of their Freedom vehicles they can clear a route through for the player on the ground all the way to the end of the level. However, as this was a solo challenge, we'd just have to skip these missions and make this a 63 out of 69 challenge instead.
You are acting like a fucking deranged moron!
Now I'm acting like a fucking deranged moron?
What'd he do?
At the addition of a small financial cost and at the expense of turning my office into a literal furnace with 2 PCs running at the same time, I found a setup that would soon be...
Oh, my PC! YouTube face reveal rig, what the fuck?
Yes, photo of a cute dog.
Our battle stations, and would give me the required
That's the rig
tools to complete these 2
He will use that rig when he does his face reveal. That's what he's telling you.
co-op missions
Oh.
myself. How this would work is that I had my main PC here on my desk, which I'd use to control the player who was on the ground. Behind me was monitor and PC2, where 02, who was also me, was manning the gunner's seat. For both these levels, I'd need to take advantage of enemy spawn triggers. I'd use player 1 on the ground to trigger a series of strategic enemy spawn points dotted around the map, and by coinciding these triggers with a safe checkpoint for my player on the ground to run to, I could leave them AFK whilst I turned around to PC2 and provided aerial support from above. Which was surprisingly effective. For Overwatch, I had 5 checkpoints that I'd created throughout the level for these spawns, the first of which was at this rock right at the start of the level. Arriving here spawns in the first platoon of enemies from the houses up on the hill and signals in 2 transport helicopters to come in and drop off their loads. Once we'd forced them to make an emergency landing and secured the rest of the area, player 1 on the ground would move up to this house, and with a grenade launcher applied to this hallway, it would take care of these 3 on-rushing enemies, allowing us to quickly sit prone in said hallway for checkpoint 2. With the reinforcements from the field, the houses up the street and this helicopter cleared out, we could forge a free path up to checkpoint 3 inside this house. Once inside, we have to do a spot of murdering by ourselves for a change, but with these 2 taken out, we can plant ourselves safely in the living room at the back as we give the new joiners to the area the AC-130 above treatment.
Enemy AC-130 above! Don't do it
Yep.
to me. I beg you. No.
No, I'm gonna do it. Oh!
With death rain down on the cannon fodder, checkpoint 4 is in this courtyard, where we again use our noob tube against this wall to convert these new challenges into human liquid. The next checkpoint is here in this stream, where the cars and helicopters were deleted before they'd even had a chance to turn the radio on.
Damn!
The final checkpoint are these 2 forbidden cinnamon rolls here, where another squad emerges from inside the farm and the gas station up the road. Regaining control of the player on the ground for the final push, we'd need to proceed with caution, as depending on the RNG here, there can be 2 enemies that spawn in the first outhouse to our right. But with them removed from the playing field, we reload the noob tube 1 final time to blow the final group of enemies rushing out of the barn and give us a clear sprint through to the finish line. This was certainly an experience to be sure, but the strategic checkpoints that we'd identified made this all surprisingly manageable, and we'd apply a similar principle to Big Brother.
I mean, especially when you've memorized all the damn spawn points of all the enemies and the timing and everything, you know? I mean, you literally predict what the damn game is going to do, so of course you had it all.
Yeah. Especially with 2 PCs, oh my god.
Yeah, my PC!
The objective is to make it to McDonald's and order 20 chicken nuggets without being turbo-fisted by the Russians.
Turbo-fisted?
To reclaim the advantages for the motherland. 2 things that made Big Brother different from Overwatch was that A, we have a hugely generous amount of time to beat this level, meaning we could take a pretty leisurely pace through, and B, there's actually a kill limit on this level, which once hit, auto-completes the mission for us. But that's a long way off. The first port of call was to move up and prone down behind this wall so we could spin around in my chair like a budget Bond villain and minigun the first group of enemies emerging from the treehouse. Once done, the next segment of this level requires us to hit 3 checkpoints I'd identified on the left side of the street. Our cycle would involve us bunkering down at this first blue house, then the second yellow house, and then the house at the end of the street, all of which would spawn in a wave of enemies. We'd sit player 1 down safely in the corner at house 1 and take out the squad arriving on the ground, repeating this all the way up the street to house 3. Once here, the chopper gunner swings around to deal with the roadblock up ahead, which helps to clear the way down the alley for us. As we grind up more McDonald's usurpers, once player 2 destroys the transport vehicle from the chopper and a few overzealous Russians who could be like rushing B, we can switch back to myself, back up the road. We'd need to be very careful heading up the alleyway. There's a number of sneaky Russians hiding in the dumpsters and around the corners, ready to aim punch the absolute soul out of us. But using a few well-placed grenades ensures that we displace them for some easy kills and arrive. Once underneath the chopper, we prone right here next to the
wait, I got it.
At checkpoint 4. Once under
those gas prices.
Oh god.
Hey, that's a hell of a lot cheaper than they are right here in California.
Yep,
Well,
they are.
So.
Well, as I understand, I saw this thing, and it talks about how gas prices are actually going down just about everywhere in the country, except for here in California. California is the only place where gas prices are going up. Great, thanks.
Yeah.
I hate this place. I really do.
That's fine. You make enough money to live down there, right?
No,
Right?
no one does. No one does.
Oh,
Unless you're in the government or a movie star, you don't make enough money. You're poor.
yeah, that's true.
Here next to the bush before moving the gunner to take out 2 infantry transports on the road, preventing them from dropping their platoon off at the sports bar. We push up to Burger King first and then on to Taco Bell to take shelter behind their menu.
Dude, legally distinct!
Lunch.
Hey.
What?
Not disrespect Burger Count.
Roof to head up to on the sports bar. Coming up the ladder initiates the final segment. With an RPG I picked up on the way, we had an almost infinite amount of bullets we could use to reject the last squadron of enemies who came up this ladder and the one we'd just come up. We could have made a run for the chopper, but rather than risk letting enemies swarm up here and being shot in the back, we can simply use the kill limit I'd mentioned earlier and instigate the end of the level on our terms, and voila. The pair of 2-player missions previously suspected as impossible as a single man was indeed very doable.
Yeah, I like that in a mission where you literally win if you just kill enough people. In other words, you've literally killed everyone, you win.
Yep.
Yes.
It's like in real life, you know. It's like you got 2 armies at each other, but one manages to kill all the others but doesn't achieve the objective. But they killed everybody, so it's fine. You know, it's like
There's no one to obscure the path to the objective.
yeah, there's no one to dispute. There's no one to dispute your supremacy. You win.
But we couldn't just rest on this 6-star victory alone. We had plenty more to go. Starting with
Dan daily 1 on a time limit.
Required us to rack up a large point count, which at first I thought was a sex thing, but apparently we'd just be given points and bonuses for every kill we get until we hit a 30,000 point target instead. How disappointing. Rather than risk our lives trying to fight our way through this level like a normal person would, using the knowledge accumulated by mad lads before me, we could grab this RPG, use this chair to jump over this fence, and as we waited for the imminent explosion of the Semtex we planted on this transport carrier, a single RPG destroys one of the 2 BTRs and gives us a Kilimanjaro killstreak, and finishes the mission within 20 seconds.
Damn!
Every mission
wow,
this
that was
easy.
fast.
Unfortunately, the next 3 stars would require a bit more manual work.
It works.
Bomb Squad requires us to run around the slums of Brazil, attempting to defuse 3 bombs planted
Have to do.
throughout the level.
This is war, dude. We take those.
Exactly, dude.
For the most part, as long as you
Like, well, war is a lot like a lot of things. Keep it simple, stupid.
Don't overcomplicate things.
can avoid murdering a civilian within the
you got
first 3
everyone.
Oh,
sorry, guys. You got to sit this one out. Oh, that shit got canceled. Good.
Where's the enemy team? Oh, they're dead. Okay, I guess you win.
Okay. The mission, it all comes down to a slow and calculated path through Rio streets. Starting at bomb site 1, we just had to ensure that we didn't have our tits blown off by this shotgun-wielding camper sitting inside the site. With a tactical flash at bomb site 2 stunning the entire group here, we complete the second defuse without any trouble before arriving at the Los Pollos Hermanos distribution center, ready to attempt defuse 3. And apart from the fried chicken, bomb site 3, probably the sketchiest one of the lot, was defused and the favela saved, putting the 27th golden star under our belt. Still, without having died once.
Damn, okay.
And that was allowed to change for the final Bravo mission, the race, which was a race. To get these 3 stars, we'd need to finish the course in less than 1 minute and 10 seconds. Death here can really only be achieved if someone shoots me off the snowmobile, or I had a brain fart and drove headfirst into a tree, neither of which were close to happening. This time. Safely at the finish line in 1 minute and 8 seconds. Hardly a record-breaking time, but more than enough to secure our 30th Spec Ops star. At this point, there was a growing suspicion that I'd maybe oversold the difficulty of this challenge. My win streak had defied my already very low expectations of myself, and I was clearly on an egregious amount of copium, thinking that I may complete this on my first attempt. What a fucking moron. Charlie Ops was our first taste of the Super Soaker diarrhea that Spec Ops still had ready.
Super Soaker diarrhea?
Sampling lemon and herb levels of Spec Ops spice, but Charlie Ops was flaming hot anal bead sauce. The first Charlie Ops mission was Hidden, which allows us to experience the iconic mission All Gillied Up from Call of Duty 4, where Price crawls through Chernobyl and grows a 3rd arm in his pants from all the radiation he was ingesting.
Damn!
We start off the mission by sniping 3 opening enemies, but for the rest of the level, there was a critical series of steps that we'd need to follow precisely to ensure we prevented this attempt from slipping into absolute chaos. Within 3 areas of this level are fellow gillied up snipers, all of whom provided a staggering amount of damage and secondary jump scares directly into our eyeballs. Oh my fuck. In Area 1 and 2, there are a total of 8 snipers, all hiding amongst the radioactive dogshit out here. But through skill, discipline, and the help of Double's exceptional guide, I now knew where all of these losers were coming from. First off, we hit the sniper sitting on the corner of this container before panning very slowly around to our left, where Sniper 2 eventually enters our scope. A further pan left spots us the third hiding here in between the tree and this tank, where with him put down we could now push up to Area 2, pulling out our C4 and throwing a satchel over this wrecked line of tanks here, hitting one of the snipers nestled in this corner. Once he was down, we can immediately turn to this tree here and hit Sniper 5 before aiming up past this wreckage to spawn camp Sniper 6. From there, Sniper 7 of 8 takes position on this ridge, and despite an extremely sus jump shot, Sniper 8 of 8 is absolutely shit on to complete the first area.
Yeah.
Moving up to Area 2, stopping here in between this sign and the pipe gets us a triple kill, and with the sniper in the tower silenced, the 3 enemies here are swiftly reminded that smoking kills. We land another triple kill inside the chapel by this exact pane of glass, hitting some
He's not wrong.
guard on his way out to lunch. One C4
Dude,
out the
why is
window,
it like a school from Silent Hill?
then sends
supposed
a
to be an
control to
abandoned
Hitchman Hill
church.
and a sniper across the
Oh, it's an abandoned church?
way for the
Damn.
one remaining enemy
Okay, then it's an abandoned church from Silent Hill.
here closes out.
Oh, this is supposed to be Chernobyl.
Running
So.
up and looking at this window
Oh,
scores
yeah.
us a collateral on the 2 enemies patrolling in the first house.
Oh, we got a
At
2
least
for
that
1.
would be the case if I weren't
Nice.
shit. So let's just ignore what's happening there in the background and show you what would happen in a perfect scenario if I didn't aim like I had Parkinson's. So you should get that double kill on the 2 enemies in the window and then silence the 1 concerned colleague walking out of the stables. 2 C4s would then delete his co-workers located here, and now we can rejoin real life to review the toughest, most anxiety-inducing part of this mission. The final 5 ghillies. The best way I'd found to get through here was to double back through to the first house and look straight through this window here. Within this pane, you should be able to see 3 enemy snipers here in this area. With them eliminated, if you double back and look through this archway, there's 1 sniper here and 1 hiding behind the shack located between us and the exit. The only problem is that I'd only seen 2 of the 3 snipers in that first area, meaning that there was still an active shooter somewhere out there. I spent nearly 6 minutes going completely schizo looking for this guy. Leaving him alive was almost certainly a death sentence, and with this progress on the line, I had to be extra careful. Eventually, after 17 hours of searching, I made a brave dash for the exit.
And got shot.
Yep.
There's actually no one here.
Oh.
Oh, never mind.
I thought it was going to get
It's
shot.
an absolutely S-tier
Yeah,
Chef gives us
that would ruin the
1,000
run
rubles and 3
badly.
glistening gold stars for our work in Chernobyl and for restoring glory to the motherland.
What the
Despite now
fuck?
having grown a third testicle from the radiation we'd absorbed, we couldn't stop here, as our next 3 stars were waiting in the mission. Breach and Clear was basically a reenactment of how I personally like to play through an escape room. The mission requires us to breach through this wall and fight our way through this bathroom and its occupants to the end of the hall, where dropping through this big gaping hole would complete the mission. The problem was, though, that speed was of the essence here. Waiting for too long spawns in a Call of Duty reenactment of the scene from The Rock, with red laser-wielding snipers rushing the gallery to ruin our day. If we grab the striker and head straight around to the left, praying to Makarov that we didn't get one-shotted in the face by a shotgun, we can line up a noob tube here in this corner in the right to break through the line of riot shield enemies now forming up between us and the exit. By following up with the single flash we had, it ensures everyone remains stunned as we W-keyed our way through to the hole in the floor and to the end of the mission, all in less than 30 seconds.
Damn!
Nice. Our speedy
That was
action would now
fast.
also get a second opportunity to shine as the next mission, Time Trial, repeats the Bravo Ops mission, The Race, but this time with a timer that would be kept topped up by hitting a series of checkpoints. If the timer reaches 0, we fail the mission, but making it through the first segment, you get more than enough time to speed down to the end of the hill. With Time Trial now complete, our next attempt at stealing 3 more stars from the Infinity Ward Overlords was with Homeland Security, which is again a wave-based level where you need to fight off a series of enemies, BTRs, Predator drones, and helicopters to bring the curtain down on the level. With the assistance of some turrets and hunkering down in this restaurant, we could reenact what it was like to work in any Waffle House past the hour of 10 in the evening.
I was gonna say, dude, yeah, I was gonna say, dude, he's setting up like a Waffle House.
That's like, why did she get fired for that, dude?
I know, that was bullshit.
I don't know.
Dude, she
Yeah, exactly.
She
Losing
was,
her job to self-defense is insane. It's insane.
yeah, well,
Yeah, it is.
you know,
Why
it was
didn't
that,
she just let the
it
customer
was,
kill you?
yeah, exactly,
Uh-huh.
exactly. It was during that time, where, defending yourself against, certain people was considered a crime.
What do you mean by
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Let's just put it that way.
as we periodically popped up to snipe foot
What
soldiers
do you mean by
on the
certain?
ground.
I'm kidding.
For 4 waves, things were going well. Enemies fell upon the Waffle House like vodka on an alcoholic's liver. We booby-trapped our back doors as well to prevent any sneaky hobbitses from getting in and placed our
sneaky hobbitses
impeccably well. This entire level was now just us going through the motions until we beat the final wave.
Oh shit.
Oh! Why is that?
Oh!
I was absolutely stunned. I didn't really think I was going to beat this first time, but I'd seemingly died from nothing. But on reviewing the footage, I'd identified
The grenade was right there, dude.
it was the same person to blame for all the problems in my life.
Yeah.
It was me.
It was you.
Apparently, in a split-second moment of carelessness, I'd forgotten that I was now packing Semtex, not flash grenades.
Oh. So it's. Oh no.
Bink. You can see the indicator right there.
Like I thought it was like a regular grenade and it just didn't. That's worse.
Yes.
Oh, that's worse.
Very.
You know how much I sacrifice?
I
Yeah.
felt like the guy in Saving Private Ryan who blows himself up with his own sock bomb. And whilst the first attempt yielded spectacular results, attempt 1 had an expiration date, and from here on out, it was all downhill from here.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh. Damn, man. Yeah, you lost your momentum, dude.
Yep.
Super Meat Boy effect. No.
Yeah.
Going too fast.
These resets were largely caused by how shit I was, but through practice, perfection was achievable. Not for me, obviously, but for someone else more competent. Absolutely. But it quickly became clear that it made no sense to go through these in order. What made the most sense was to go for the most difficult missions first, reducing the possibility of failing them later when we had progress under our belt, and then work backwards. So that's exactly what I did. On attempt 12, I could claim 6 stars in both the pit and evasion, allowing us to unlock Bravo Ops. Another quick 3 stars from body count meant that we could then proceed with speedrunning Breach and Clear. Our new and improved strategy of using the M4 to thin out the enemies further down in the map ensured that we had a much weaker force waiting for us as we lined up our flash and noob tube. The smaller amount of enemies here meant that we weren't getting one shot in the face anymore. Well, at least 99% of the time we weren't.
Oh.
After completing Breach and Clear, we moved on to a level that would make our blood run cold.
What the fuck? What the fuck was that, dude? What the fuck?
No idea.
Yeah,
What's the Argandre show even about?
Dude, what the shit, dude?
Was snatch and grab, or as I came to fondly refer to it as, snatch and grab me by the nipples. This level was the Modern Warfare 2 embodiment of residual bin juice. The mission begins with us arriving at the airfield from the campaign post-Roach and Ghost Betrayal, with the objective being to download and secure the Jeffrey Epstein files off this laptop before making a daring escape.
Nice, dude. Okay, props for that one, dude. Props.
Yep. Props.
And the exit were Shadow Company, General Shepard's personal army of chronic masturbators, as well as our first run-in.
Chronic masturbators.
Oh.
The sound was enough to make your poop come early and without warning, and the Juggernaut's presence in this level only added to our misery. Not only did these guys turn my FOV into a fidget spinner with the amount of aim, the airfield was just an awful area to try and navigate through. Full of narrow pathways and hidey holes, our attempts to infect the family computer with AIDS by downloading free RAM were consistently cut short.
Downloading. Infect the family computer with AIDS by downloading free RAM.
Downloading free RAM, dude.
Yeah.
That's not how you do it.
That's not how you do it, dude. That's not how you do
it. Is RAM hardware?
And it wasn't just Shepard's.
Yeah.
Hold on, I need to run down with Metro quick.
And with spinbots aim punching me into oblivion that were the problem. If we ever did make it down into the second area, the Juggernauts would consistently arrive at the absolute worst possible times.
Yep. Oh, Juggernaut!
No. You are not doing this. You're hope dying, buddy.
Several deaths later, trial and error dictated that if we flashed out left as soon as we dropped out of the plane, we'd stun these 2 fondlers lurking around the corner, giving us a free Control-Alt-Delete on them both. If we then moved up to this container here, we could then take out any enemies still in the area with us, or any advancing enemies coming down from the hill. The arrival of the hill reinforcements were usually dependent on Juggernaut spawn, so if we had any thick boys arrive, we could work on them immediately before either A, the next wave of enemies up top had advanced down towards us, meaning we could take advantage of the cover around us to send them back to the lobby, or B, we could push up the hill and take the battle to them instead. No matter what we did though, success was never guaranteed here, but this strategy did yield a pretty good success rate.
What would you prefer as the highest kill streak, Juggernaut or the tactical nuke?
So far. With another 6 stars under
one gives
question.
you a power fantasy, the other one just deletes everyone.
Yeah.
First taste of Delta Ops, which should have been given the call sign Diarrhea Ops.
That's a crazy kill streak, guy, by the way.
A mission.
Diarrhea Ops.
Like, Modern Warfare 2 was a game where they understood that people would get so invested and be so damn skilled that they literally made a kill streak to be like, okay, you got this, bro. Just end it already. Just end it. We get it.
Current objective survive. That's like you beat the final level of Halo Reach. It's like you beat it. Yeah, I beat it. I saved Reach.
The hero man damn ass kill streak. Just end the game. You're gonna stop everyone everywhere.
To download free V-Bucks on free laptops in the area. But between us and them, the Gazpacho police had been unleashed on American suburbia, and were hell-bent on preventing our purchase of all 10 of the thickest Fortnite characters of all time. What we did have, though, was the Honey Badger backing us up. This $60,000 15-ton piece of American Peacebringer was here to issue out early retirement plans to the soldiers standing between us and these laptops. At our laser-designated fingertips, we could unleash the Honey Badger on these soldiers and gratefully receive an equal amount of friendly fire to the back of our own head as well. With composure regained, the autopilot in me would usually start at the first house here and work our way down towards the end of the street. The problem with this linear strategy is that as soon as the last file is downloaded off laptop free, completion of the mission is contingent on us returning back to Winnie the Pooh's war machine. But like the absolutely dogshit teammate this guy was, instead of waiting for us at the last house and picking us up, Terry puts it in reverse and speeds all the way back to the start of the level.
Oh, you batch! You little bastard, man!
Why?
Why? Let the first laptop be interrupted, finish laptop 2, and set up a death trap of claymores and turrets to absolutely delete anyone who came in to interrupt laptop 3. Done, we can make our way back to laptop 1, and without any resistance, we can immediately restart the download and run straight back out to the Honey Badger, who was waiting outside my house for a quick and speedy exit out of this mission. Entering our next Delta Ops challenge takes us to Heathrow Airport and follows a passenger, me, as I attempt to take care of security with 11 bombs.
Call of Duty map.
Security in the airport was, as you'd expect, pretty tight, so getting through here as an alcoholic would be a challenge in itself. But what I hadn't quite realised was that I had a weapon of mass destruction at my fingertips. The United States had its nuclear bombs, the UK has its cuisine, but they both fall in comparison to the most destructive weapon in the known universe.
You're approaching me?
Bro's invincible now.
The right shield was the perfect combination of defense and offense, made out of an alien plastic composition that was tougher than anything in existence, stopping bullets, RPGs, even Thanos. But it also hit officers in the face at the speed of light, punching
down vibranium shield. That's cute.
With the equivalent of almost insta-kill permanently at our fingertips, the real key to this mission was being very, very, very careful not to be overwhelmed and swarmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
2 seconds.
It's all downhill from here.
Determined not to miss my flight, I returned to terminal on my 15th attempt and fielded a new strategy, thanks in part to the discovery that this elevator was made out of the same indestructible material as the riot shield. Apparently this airport could withstand nuclear holocaust, so by tucking myself in here, I was kept safe from the horrors outside as my would-be murderers formed an orderly queue, ready for me to put them into a vegetative state. This strategy is obviously contingent on me remembering to not take the wrong elevator door and panic thinking that we were falling to our death down the open elevator shaft. Oh, thank God. But after taking the lift back up to floor 1, waves 1, 2, and 3 were easily beaten back, and after setting up a series of claymores for the final wave to run into, all we had to do was bait and wait for them to come to me before making our way to baggage reclaim to collect my 3 stars. There was only one thing that could derail our newfound success. Yeah, I'm dead. I felt quite ill.
Dude, that's vile! Dude, that's vile!
Were absolutely what can only be described as weaponized bipolar. On one attempt, they'd be complete smooth brains who'd forget to breathe unless you reminded them. Other attempts, they'd be out here parting my cheeks like the Red Sea. The inbound aim punch that we were receiving was enough to make me put my foot through my monitor, like in attempt 34, where within 9 frames I was already facing the sky, apparently pre-praying to God as my run passed on to the afterlife.
Damn.
After sacrificing an acceptable amount of pain to the Masochist gods, we'd finally made progress, reaching the 3rd of our Delta Ops missions. Another reenactment from the main campaign. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, was to use the Canadian levels of snow currently falling to stealthily move through the airfield and plant 3 bombs, 2 on these planes and 1 at the break room. With the silenced AA-12 and EBR, the patrolling enemies were no match for this god-tier weapon combo. But no amount of Second Amendment rights could make up for the fact that I was complete trash.
Take cover, they're onto you.
That is an absolute scam. Oh my god, get me out of here, please.
Oh god.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that was AIDS. I needed
that was AIDS.
After spiking my heart rate like this, so I chose to hit up Wreckage, our 4th Delta Ops mission that was a carbon copy of Suspension from Alpha Bracket, except this time we had to destroy every single vehicle on this bridge, which is fairly easy as after blowing up 5 cars, the game gives us another Zombies exclusive perk, infinite ammo.
Oh.
Oh wow.
After some explosive ASMR, we headed in for our final mission in Delta Ops. Estate Takedown simply asked us to defeat 40 hostiles in the area. Seemed easy enough, no real rules existed apart from that, but that also meant that there were no rules for the AI. Once we defeated the Juggernaut welcome party, we could enter the main estate, and after trading up our inventory, clearing out any enemies inside the house meant that we could begin securing upstairs. Now, with 2 claymores down on the staircase, we were more or less safe from anyone trying to sneak in behind us. That being said, we weren't safe from the absolute garbage piling up outside our windows.
Oh. Whoa. Oh! What?
My timing, as always, was just impeccable. Having evidently slipped my massive forehead into someone's scope out there, the sniper hit me just as some insufferable dickhead fired an RPG directly into my bedroom. What? Hit me just as some insufferable...
There it is. Why do birds suddenly appear?
Yeah. Of course, with a direct hit, you lose out on splash damage. And with splash damage, you wouldn't be getting kills like this. Ha!
Yeah, pretty much.
Soldier, no!
He got the thing where he grabs the rocket and gives it to the scout.
Into my bedroom. 5 painful deaths later, and we
I'm
returned.
dead.
This time adopting a more...
That made me remember of that. I forget what game it was. You guys showed it to me, a video where a guy's like, he goes, "Oh man, this looks like my house. That looks like, is that my room up there?" He fires a, I'm gonna fire a grenade at it. He fires a grenade and
that's
you
Jordy.
see his,
that's Jordy.
You see his room like explodes. And the stream goes dead or something. That was great.
Yeah.
I think it was G-Mode.
What?
No. That was modern. That was still Modern Warfare, and that was very much Jordy who made that.
That was hilarious.
Oh, that was great.
Down the estate. Instead of using my face as a sensor to investigate what was happening outside, I prioritized a more systematic approach to tackling the wilderness out there, taking advantage of my thermal sniper instead. Anytime a Juggernaut spawned in, if we quickly peeked out of the front window, we could stop them in their tracks before they'd even set foot inside the house, and before long, the last enemy was lured into my trap and claymored into the afterlife. Our victory in the estate had set me up for a near-perfect run. With estate done, we'd now completely wrapped up the missions in Delta Bracket, and having already taken care of the hardest Charlie Ops missions, we could begin our cleanup on the road to starting Echo Ops. The golden stars began to roll in, and before long, we had accumulated 57 stars, a new personal best, and with only 4 missions left, we headed in to Big Brother.
Oh! You whiffed! You idiot!
And you may be wondering who said that. Well, it was me. We were seconds away from reaching the chopper, but a loss of focus for mere seconds had meant that the start of Echo Ops and our 57 stars had slipped out of our sweaty BO fingertips. We'd been robbed by ourselves.
Oh,
and
man.
Marked impact on our performance. I mean, I certainly wasn't some Giga Chad big brain gamer, but I'd hit a very obvious wall. Simple missions were now apparently beyond me. Instead of becoming the Captain Soap that I was always meant to be, I'd become one of those weird kids that ate Tide Pods. Alexa, play the CJ meme, please.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Here we go.
Ooh! And he's still racking up more deaths. Oh, motherfucker.
Oh no.
That's what happens. Pause it.
What?
Pause it.
Yeah, that's what happens whenever the dogs get a hold of you. You have to hit a quick time event, and if you miss it or press it too soon, they literally rip your fucking throat out.
That is bullshit.
Yeah.
You either snap their neck or they rip out yours. Make your choice.
Think like that.
I suppose one bright side to this bottle of farts we were being forced to whiff was that I got my PB in the pit down to 22 seconds, which I thought was quite good. Despite my sanity now matching my car, depreciating quickly, and full of bird shit, I can feel my efficiency and confidence rising. Shit on.
Shit on.
Just throwing that kills one of the kills the strongest unit.
Yeah.
Fucking Shepherd has. Shit on.
Yeah.
And you go here. That's like
That's how Modern Warfare 2 should have ended when Shepherd died.
You see somebody just standing there, just goes.
Throws a knife at his in his face. Gets up. Shit on.
It's like a. You remember if you've ever seen a Meet the Femme Sniper video?
Oh my god.
And she goes, I'm the civil one. Take that, you French tart. And another one, she's like, spitting on someone. It's like damn.
Sorry for any tech reflexes.
Oh my god.
Efficiency and confidence rising. Shit on. I felt no nerves fighting through these levels anymore. Only a previously unobtainable focus on finally beating this jank bullshit. My accuracy in evasion would no doubt lead to me being reported for cheating, and breach and clear had become so optimized that I could practically do it in my sleep. I was the one now snatching and grabbing these guys by the private parts, and Delta Ops like Hidden, War Driving, or Estate, who had previously provided so much heartache, were now nothing more than a walk in the park.
That's called get good, alright?
Yeah,
He got
exactly.
good. He fixed the skill issue.
Exactly. It's called skill, with skill.
We'd become a one-man wrecking machine on the two-man levels, and in acceptable losses, a change in pathing meant that rather than overexposing ourselves to the 5+ groups of enemies on our usual path, we'd loop round west instead after the second C4 plant had arrived directly outside Bomb Site 3. My movement, my decision-making, my aim, it was all still mediocre. Oh my god, please, climb, please! But nothing, not even man's best friend, was gonna get in our way, and 50 murders later, we'd achieved 60 stars without dying once, giving us our new personal best, which meant that after 56 attempts, there was only one thing left to do. Echo Ops was previously uncharted territory and was the pinnacle of Spec Ops. With mission descriptions such as "this probably isn't even possible" or "you're going to get fisted," I was brimming with confidence.
wait. Golfing Juggernauts on the order. It probably isn't even possible. God damn.
Isn't even possible, or you're going
to fist
you. I'm
going to fist you.
Oh, look at the restriction it says at the bottom there.
Explosives and knives only? Oh, damn. That is... Oh, fuck. That sucks.
Damn.
Is that the actual description of the mission, or is that just something he put in?
He edited it in that.
Okay.
You gotta do a better than that.
That's like there should be like a game that has that description. Like if you're playing like say you're just playing like the newest Halo on Legendary and it goes to the final mission, it just says, "I'm going to fist you."
Oh, like how the old like Doom and Wolfenstein games used to like say like, "I'm too young to die" or whatever.
What makes
I'm
what
going
makes you
to,
a good demo man?
I'm going to fist you elbow deep.
What makes you a good demo man for high explosive? If I were a bad demo man, I wouldn't be.
Exactly, man.
Exactly.
If I ever make a game, I know what I'm gonna name the hardest difficulty in it.
Exactly.
Fisting.
And when you start the game or start the level that has that description, you just hear from the distance someone says shoulder deep. It's like, damn, man.
Yes.
It's like, oh shit, dude.
to get fisted. I was brimming with confidence as we entered wet work. This mission takes us back to the campaign level. The only easy day was yesterday, which never felt more appropriate to our current predicament. On the rig, we'd need to rescue 2 sets of hostages by breaching through these doors, one right at the start of the level and one right at the end. But between these 2 points were copious amounts of enemies on the rig who'd apparently been offered a huge bonus if they could send me back to the pit. My concern stemmed largely from the fact that I went into this level with no practice, with the last time I'd even touched it being back in 2011 when I first played the campaign. So you can imagine I was a little bit rusty. After saving the first 3 hostages, a noob tube at this gate simmers down the reinforcements and now begins a slow and careful path through the rest of the rig. This process, however, was paying dividends. I was careful but decisive and had made it all the way to the final area.
Right.
Moments away from disaster.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Oh,
God.
no, stop, please!
Oh my god.
I'll be
Utter panic when you're
We need to
screaming
get
like that.
Currently in progress, the
What was that?
The utter panic whenever your screen turns red like that in a Call of Duty campaign is just unmatched.
Yeah.
Because you were literally a sneeze away from death.
Exactly.
It's just like, you can see each other. You can't shoot through the grate, but neither can he.
Yeah.
attack currently
Yeah.
in progress, the last area becomes engulfed.
Music.
And with a heart attack currently in progress, the last area
Heart
becomes
attack
engulfed,
currently in progress.
preventing us from reaching the final hostage room. Thermal scope-wielding cyberbullies arrived, covering every approach, so we doubled back to change our diapes and lure any enemies on the ground back into our pre-laid claymores. Before long, it was time to use our own thermal scope to clear out the enemies covering the windows and make a rush for the final breach point.
There you go.
Damn.
Yeah, the org absolutely slaps, and whilst wet work was my most concerning of the 3 levels, that had no bearing on the difficulty we still had on the table, and that was never more apparent than with armor piercing. This mission takes us immediately back to the rig, where we now have 15 juggernauts who inhabit this cursed land, and like the British Empire of old, it was time to evict them from their land. My plan had been to head up to the rig's helipad right at the end of the level, where we could hold a single corridor entry point to maximise the advantage our barrack gave us. The route up was a delicate one. Juggernauts could spawn in at any time, instantly forcing lead directly into our eyeballs. Tension aside, outside the helipad, we no-scoped the final Juggernaut in our way and set the stage for our last stand with the remaining 11 Juggernauts.
Oh, damn.
The fact that these guys survived multiple 50 cals is insane.
I know. What the fuck is that armor made of?
Fucking Captain America's shield, apparently.
Vibranium.
Oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh pedo shaka. Ooh!
Okay.
Dude!
Fucking 4!
5. Oh! 5 up.
2, 3.
God damn, man. Fuckers won't die!
Exactly.
Oh!
Something should not take multiple fucking headshots from a bare 50 cal to die!
Well, to be fair, he did hit chest shots, but still.
I don't give a shit, dude! Even a single chest shot! That's enough to fucking hollow out a grizzly bear!
And that fucking gong noise that plays every time one spawns in, just utter panic.
How the fuck are you alive?!
I'll just been so fast!
Oh man.
Even if it didn't penetrate, the force from that gun is enough to knock you on your ass.
Modern Warfare 2 Juggernauts do not care. They don't care. Oh, stun lock, stun lock.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Dude, man.
Can I make it easy? Whilst I may now have an incessant fear of gongs and oil rigs, this was just another PTSD trigger that we could add to the Evergrowth.
Regenerators, Nemesis, the groom from Outlast, whistleblower, with the Brad being killed by Nemesis, the baker's basement, the first zombie FMV from Resident Evil 1, Being eaten by Yawn. The backstory from Amnesia's main character, Roche and Ghost Betrayal. Alma from Fear. There you go, man. Everything from Doom 3. Hunter toenails tapping on the floor. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yawns. Yawns in the bathroom. Meth monkeys from Condemned 2. Yeah. Margarette. Baker's Wasp. What the fuck? I don't even know.
Resident Evil 7.
I didn't play it.
Marguerites.
Oil rigs, Juggernaut, spawns, and sound.
You never actually played Resident Evil 7? I thought you did.
Which? Oh, is that the one with the family? Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I barely played. I never finished it. I never finished it. Huh?
That's one you should play. I'm surprised.
I was play. I didn't finish it because I was trying to play it on PlayStation VR and I kept getting sick.
Oh well, there's your first mistake.
Yeah, that was my first mistake. I have a real hard time with PlayStation VR. I get massive motion sickness. And that's not even the worst one. There's one for PlayStation VR Worlds for the original one, and it's you're in this you're like in space and you're in this machine. You have to like navigate through this asteroid field. So considering like everything is a freaking surface and you're bouncing around like side and side and everything. Oh my god. I kept having to stop that game like every 10 minutes because I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna go. It's like, oh my god, it makes you sick, dude. It's like, oh god, do not eat before you play a PlayStation VR. I will tell all of you all that. Do not eat before you play anything on PlayStation VR. Oh yeah, speaking of which, that reminds me, did you hear, Hatless, that the Virtual Boy is coming back?
That was certainly a decision they made.
I know, that was a decision, yeah.
IGN taught us nothing.
I don't know if it's supposed to be though. If it's supposed to be a standalone system, or if it's like an accessory for the Switch too.
It's an online library, and the accessory to get the true experience is on Nintendo Shop for NSO members.
Oh, nah. Yeah, if you want to destroy your eyesight, do be my guest.
They remodeled it so that you just stick your Switch in it, and it's just like...
I don't
feel like getting ahead.
Wait, stop. Just stick your Switch in it. Okay, that is a phrase you just said, okay? Yeah, you just stick your Switch in it, my boy. Did you just say that without any hesitation? Let's keep going.
List. But now, only one final trial by fire remained.
High explosive.
And of course it's got more juggernauts.
High explosive, our final test, sends us back into the favelas again and requires us to take on 10 juggernauts with nothing but explosives and a knife. Oh joy, what a great mission to end on. But before anyone panics and pre-applies their hemorrhoid cream, this may come as a massive surprise, but would you believe me if I said this was one of the easiest missions in the game?
Oh, you have those kinds of explosives.
And in fact, most humans is that none of us are really able to tank a 40mm explosive shell to the face, and juggernauts were, thankfully, no exception to that rule. By combining this gift from God with the Call of Duty equivalent of the Resident Evil save room, we could lure the juggernauts into this opening room and line up our thumper headshots. If we miss, we can just jump over this window and back outside. The juggernaut armor was so heavy that they couldn't lift their legs over the window to get in, meaning they had to walk all the way around, gifting us the perfect safety buffer. It was, on paper, a foolproof strategy, but it just so happens that I am a fool. After a display of accuracy that would have had me permabanned from AIM Labs, we'd run out of ammo, with 5 juggernauts still remaining. This meant that we'd need to make a dash back to the resupply crate. The route out was fine, but flashing the 3 juggernauts here, one of them had not got flashed.
Shit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh my god, how are
Bro, get away!
He's aiming through the fucking window.
He's aiming through the fucking wall, dude!
Oh, this is...
Three of them.
Okay, at this point in the map, you have the corner advantage. Inside, you don't.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
Got him. Dude. There you go, man.
Lucky for me, my nerves were made out of the same material as the riot shield from Terminal, and with the remaining Juggernauts given the same fate. Like that, our work in Spec Ops was complete, and all 69 stars were ours without having ever died once. Thank you for watching, as always, gamers. I hope this was a nice change of pace and that in your eyes I'd been able to prove to you all that my skills lied far beyond assassinating old ladies. But fear not, we head back into the world of survival horror in our next challenge.
Oh, the village.
Hell am I?
See, Walker, this is why I said you should have filmed when you got all the achievements in the Resident Evil games, dude.
Yeah, but I'm still missing quite a few.
Well, there was a couple that you completed. If you'd shown the whole thing, if you just taped it, you should have just filmed it. It would have been awesome. Anyway, guys, so there you go. So that was an exercise in pain. I don't know why people hurt themselves like this, but you know, either they're masochists or people like just watching people hurt themselves. I guess I don't know. Either or both. I don't know. So like this video and subscribe. Click on the link to the original in the description. Like the original, sub to 0 if you have not, guys. Because that was pretty good. And you got to appreciate a man who's willing to put himself through that much pain, you know, where he's he's basically enacting every gamer computer rage meme in the world, like all of one, like smashing the keyboard and everything else. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Tune in every day for new content. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.